I guess it's
sour cream or no sour cream.
under.
As a life question?
As a life question, and
That's still wait. That's actually good.
Sour cream. You're not a sour cream?
I don't want to lose my job here, but as a New York City worker,
That's
I have
also
a right.
protection you have. You can like sour cream and not
Don't
get
like.
fired.
I said to
What
you.
is this sponsored by Taco Bell? What the hell is going on? Why is Taco Bell sponsoring an Islamist? Why are they eating Taco Bell in the first place? What is going on? Guys, start spreading the news. You're not going to make it very far here. You are not going to make it. New York City, it's not a real place. Unsuccessful, retired, suicide.
Not a real.
Now try selling the remaining parts of her body for
It's
crap.
crazy how it's.
This chick is out here with one arm, one leg, trying to get.
Let's just get 100. I think this is.
Crap.
It's not really that easy. I don't know. I feel like this is the less fun aspect. It's really good actually. It's OP. I don't. Yeah, that's not enough.
Can
Let me
anyone
reroll
fact
back.
check this shit? Please, can somebody fact check that this is a real thing? She was in a pretty bad car accident, had her leg amputated, addicted to painkillers and drugs afterwards. The story's all over X. You're a piece of dog shit. Okay. See, I'd like to imagine that I mean, still horrible, and still horrible, still absolutely terrible situation. Yes. But yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I don't know if this is real. I can't.
Okay, I got it.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty.
She was subway surfing. I don't know.
Still no. Oh no, the other one.
I don't think she's a retired suicide bomber. I'm gonna say that. I'll be the first to say it. But still fucked up situation. Is Zoran Mamdani doing anything for her? No. She can get fucked by Zoran Mamdani. Zoran Mamdani doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit about anyone. I'll see you guys
Ultra
later.
Drive. What the hell? Okay, this one's real. I'll take. I'll do the further left. Further. All. Close. That's good. Oh damn, I have this. Oh, I already have it. Oh, it's... Oh. I need... Oh, what? That's a... What's the next one? How do you check what your baseline? Whatever, I don't think. Oh, that's definitely. Only for that? Okay. Wait. Let me put on like no. Bitch. I'm gonna. Wait, I actually saw this on. I thought she was actually relatively good. I don't know why. Not con. I think I remember it. Not even. She was like one ending lib. But whatever. Maybe I was wrong. I'm wrong. But really, maybe should. I mean, this means. Oh, I remember. I watched it on the other. The world. No one.
You want to file free? Hit it.
Which type of file do you want to file? I hate. Actually, you know what? That's not. Might be a little bit worse than usual. I don't know. Ads are just terrible.
He sees himself as a kind of white knight, working the micro-party preferences to, wherever possible, keep Pauline Hanson at bay.
Through my work, I've stopped her winning at a number of elections by
Um,
simply denying preferences, putting Pauline Hanson last.
Australians have finally had enough of shadowy operators working behind the scenes, selling our democracy to the highest left-wing bidder.
If you win, you'll give me 55k.
Following the stunning result in South Australia and One Nation's continued surge in the national polls, one Conservative group is already organising ahead of the Victorian election to do something that's never been done before. And it might just be the missing piece Pauline Hanson needs to turn strong primary votes into real power.
I want to know Russian, Australian politics.
It is the only state
I don't know anything.
where you only
I only know Anthony
Allen.
Allen.
Party that you like and you do not control the rest.
I
of
know
the
he's
provinces
bad
around
as
it.
well.
So the party that you put a 1 next to actually controls where your vote goes, and you don't know where that's going to go until just one day before pre-polling begins. And a lot of people are uneducated about this, so they don't know.
And
This
it's
is actually-
that ignorant shady operators prey on. The group voting ticket system is so easily manipulated, it's been scrapped nationwide, except Victoria, even after years of being exploited by the infamous preference whisperer, precisely because he promised to protect Labor's grip on power while punishing those he deemed unworthy, no matter what the public actually wanted.
What I've been doing to One Nation, I've been doing it for years, and that is my hand on their electoral throat, squeezing the preferential life out of them.
While those who hate One Nation might see this as some sort of...
I mean, Trump does that
The
too.
reality is it opens a door to dodgy backroom deals where seats are effectively sold to the highest bidder. It starts with a non-refundable buy-in, then another $50,000 if they win paid over a year, something that was exposed last election when Heston Russell secretly recorded his meeting with Glenn Drury.
Everybody gives
Drury.
me as a member of the family.
Okay.
What I would suggest you do if you win is take me on as
That's-
an advisor and
yeah, not
consultant.
enough.
You pay me through the administration fund, and I'd be charging you roughly $1,000 a week.
And for a fee, if they win, there's no party too niche for him. In the recent WA election, he gave the fluoride...
Bro,
free
he
party
sounds so much like another.
But he draws the line at One Nation.
You ask why I do that? Simply one word: racism.
So for the right price, Glenn can get you a seat unless he decides you're off limits. And the kind of politicians
That's
he
good
produces
enough.
to us, well, some of the worst left-wing extremists who have helped run Victoria into the ground.
That Drury worked with Fiona Patton. Yeah, I did. To stop you, you little dick.
No, guys, I'm not gonna commentate. I don't even know definitively
Animal justice.
about anyone else.
I had
A
to.
good president, except,
That was part of the deal.
and I don't know
Everybody
definite.
came to me who at the
There are
time,
just.
this time 4 years ago, was the biggest financial
I kinda-
of the ALP. And I know
I
that
kinda-
the executives there.
What he's.
We had lunch.
I don't know. Like, I know what Israel's prime minister is
You know,
doing.
wondering why we're having a chat.
I don't like
I don't
him.
know why we're having a chat.
No, definitely that good because
We're
not
talking
good.
about boots and high vis clothing, and you want him in Parliament. And they said, we do. And I said, and you're going to tell me that you'll go to the ALP and make sure I get ALP preferences before the Greens everywhere. We are. Job done.
Wow. When was this? Last election?
4 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, it's still.
And until now, Victorians really haven't been able to do much about it because one of the most effective key tactics Drury and others use is they
Oh,
set up parties with misleading
that's
names
still
designed
weird.
to trick uninformed voters into handing
Absolutely.
over their vote, and with it, control over where those preferences go.
So, for example, last election, there was a party called the Sack Dan Andrews Party. In fact, it was Sack Dan Andrews Reunited Democracy, funnily enough. So they
Is
were getting votes
like
from
I
people
feel
who
like
hate Dan Andrews
they
and
probably live in a
perhaps were
parliament.
cause of Reignite Democracy. And so they got like
I don't know what it is.
10,000 votes. And it turns out they actually gave those votes directly to Daniel Andrews, allegedly.
Glenn Drury's skill at corralling micro-party votes is legendary. The so-called preference whisperer is busy working on his long-held private mission.
One sitting period and maybe stay. You know, David, I like to think of what I do in working against One Nation as a community service.
A so-called community service where he expects nothing in return except obviously that 55,000 we talked about before, and your promise not to blow up the whole racket.
If you guys get elected, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. That's not my
Bro, this is really. Oh no, I have. Okay.
And that is electoral reform. Let me say up front, if you get elected, there's anything to do with electoral reform, you pick up the phone to me. Anything else, it's not my business. You do what you want. And unless you're a racist or a loopy, crazy, ultra nutter Christian, I'll work with you.
I don't know. I feel like racism is crazy. Like I don't know. I feel like so many people say, "Oh, like a racist." Like I don't know. There's a very small population of people that are actually. It's like
Always knew you had it in you.
I don't know.
I do care about the environment, don't you?
Embarrassing.
So what's his party going to do?
How
Well,
everyone,
the way that I care
everyone.
about the environment is probably different than the traditional lefty greenie cares about the environment. We have policies on the website, and I think that animals should be able to graze in the forest. I think that we should have more backburning to protect us from bushfires, and I think that we should protect forestation from big renewable projects as well. So I do care about the environment. 6 years ago, I did a campaign to save the brumbies in the high country in Victoria. So I've always cared about the environment.
And right on cue, the mainstream
Right,
Victoria
okay, I got it.
suddenly has a problem with the strategy.
What we're doing is completely legal. It's completely fine, and I'm just glad that we're finally going from passion to strategy. And I think that is really exciting. And one more thing I will say is that this group voting ticket system is ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't be in play, and that is why it has been stolen all over Australia. But for this election in November in Victoria, the group voting ticket is still in play.
So little
so
that I even
we're
have.
here for the game.
So what do you need now from people at home? So people that do like the strategy and think that, okay, we're going to play by their rules, we're going to play with their strategy this time, and we're going to hopefully win back Victoria. What do you need?
All I need is 250 more members. That's it. We're not looking for volunteers at the moment. We're not looking for
1 million.
shoppers. We're not looking for any of that right
Basic.
now. We've got 400 members already, okay? So we just need 250 more, and then we can register the party. And then,
Party.
the likelihood of us getting somebody elected is very, very slim, okay? But what is likely is
Oh,
that
Lord,
we
what?
get a couple of thousand votes from people who like the name Save the Environment Party, and then we can do
Damn,
deals
get a
with
literal
good
vote. That's
conservative
how.
parties like One Nation. That's how the group voting ticket works. I don't make the rules, but that's how it's
Also-
been run. And in the last couple of decades, the left have really controlled this strategy. They've been able to use it to get people in, and I would say undemocratically, because someone can get 2,000 votes. That's it, 2,000 votes, and still get elected because they do all these deals with each other. And so, the Conservatives are
look,
getting
it's-
in on the strategy.
Well,
Why is
about time
10 trillion not enough?
Because
Whatever.
guess what? The ABC footage we've been airing in this story is from almost a decade ago, where Drury was openly boasting about having such success in taking down poor
17.
One Nation, in my view, are a little bit like the political equivalent of .com bubble that we saw, when was that, in the early 90s. And at this stage, the faster something comes up, the faster it'll come down. I would suggest that One Nation is somewhere on that plateau at the top right now, and it's all downhill from here, Pauline, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah? How's that working out for you, mate?
So for people at home that are thinking, amazing, I want to save the environment with Monica and save Victoria in the same exact thing, how do they sign up and be one of those 250 members that make this happen?
It would be amazing. It takes literally 30 seconds. Go to www.savetheenvironmentparty.com. Sign up. You don't have to pay, nothing like that. all that we need from people is that when the VEC send them a form to fill out, you have to physically fill it out and snail mail it back. That's all we need from you, and we can absolutely.
That's enough.
The biggest strategic change to the Victorian election that Conservatives have made in a...
I don't know, I think it's true, like, they're pretty...
very, very long time. It seems
They're
small,
pretty
but
and
it's very impactful, so I'm excited.
I wouldn't say the prettiest, but
To flip the script.
they're relatively
killing
super pretty.
1/5 of their population, considering 1/5 of their population are Arab Muslims. They're citizens.
It's the stereotype.
What makes you think they're
That's
intentionally
definitely a good
They're trying to take back.
There are a lot of stereotypes out of that.
Apparently they do.
They gave Gaza away in 2005. They unilaterally withdrew and gave it to
It
the
was
PA.
their excuse when they first originally started the war. So.
Yes, for
That wasn't their excuse. They said they started the war because of October 7th when Hamas killed 1,300 people. Hey, what do you think about Trump?
for 0.
What do you think I think about?
I'm gonna guess you don't like him.
Okay, what do you think I think about Kamala?
I don't know. You probably also don't like her.
Oh, look at that, you're spot on.
Right, okay. So why don't you like Trump? Are you a socialist?
No, fuck no.
Oh, okay. Why don't you like Trump?
I just don't like his...
Can't believe I was in his actual...
How do I explain that? I don't like his mindset on people, and I don't like his politics just in general.
What politics of his do you not like?
I don't like the way he's handling ICE right now. I also don't like the fact that he started a random ass war for no reason. I don't like the fact that he is siding with Israel when Israel is committing a mass genocide. The same way the Nazis did to them, so I don't understand why the fuck they're doing that, but whatever.
Bro, it's crazy. I would have looked like him as well. He's gotten to a point where it's normal to they're doing genocide like that. Like, it's so dumb.
Just literally doing it just because.
What is a genocide? You said Israel's committing a genocide. What's up with that? What is a genocide?
Killing a group of people based on their race, religion, ethnicity, whatever it may be.
Really? So why is Israel not killing 1/5 of their population, considering 1/5 of their population are Arab Muslims? They're citizens in Israel. Wouldn't they start with them as opposed to like going to Gaza and doing it? I think they're actually at war with Gaza because Hamas broke into the country and killed 1,300 people.
Oh really?
Huh?
Said oh really?
Yeah. What makes you think they're intentionally killing people based on their ethnicity?
Because they're trying to take back a land.
That's not even...
I don't think they want Gaza.
Apparently they do.
They gave Gaza away in 2005. They unilaterally withdrew and gave it to
It
the
was
PA.
their excuse when they first originally started the war. So.
That wasn't their excuse. They said they started the war because of October 7th when Hamas killed 1,300 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, why do you...
Not even that condescending.
They're killing a
Normal
group
level.
of people based on their religion.
How do you know that? They have, again, they have millions of, or hundreds of thousands of Muslims living in Israel. Why wouldn't they start with those people?
I have no clue.
Probably because they're not killing them based on their religion.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, her definition of genocide is
With multiple Muslim countries,
relatively
war
true.
against Iran. Why would they ally with people if they want to kill them because of their religion? Doesn't seem to make too much sense. You know, the UAE, Oman, Kuwait, the Saudis. Actually, every developed Muslim country in the world right now is allied with Israel in their fight against Iran. I don't think they would ally with
I don't think they're
Muslims and wanted to kill them all.
It's a bit of a stretch, but like they're allied in this
Seems
all
like
against.
Iran's the problem if the entire Muslim world is against them. So what's your problem with ICE?
That's true.
Oh, I just don't, I don't really agree with the way that it's being handled right now. I don't really agree with, like, unidentifying, like, they're masked, they're not identifiable. I don't really like, the random killings that are being done by them. I just don't like the way it's being handled. I can understand why people
Like they
ICE
not even doing bad about that is
but the way it's being handled is
more of an ice guy. There's more about ice.
but I will say
kind of suits.
handled ICE very cruelly. So.
What random killings has ICE done?
So there was that lady who was in her.
Not random. The second one was definitely. I don't know about the second one. I completely agree with.
Camera angles, she did not hit.
The first one, you could say there's a legal. Well,
it did, and she also accelerated with her wheel turned towards him. The only reason the car didn't move forward is because she was on black ice, and so the wheel spun out.
He's also not an officer.
He was an officer. He is an ICE agent. Which is and what is an ICE agent? It's a federal law enforcement officer.
It's not an officer.
ICE agents are federal law enforcement officers. They are a federal law enforcement agency.
Which gives them the right to randomly kill people.
It gives them the right to deploy force when their life is in danger. Yeah.
His life wasn't in danger. He's just
really a 2,000-pound weapon accelerating towards you isn't a life-threatening event.
yeah, he's using. I think it's kind of gotta use these tactics. Like the second death, like I don't see where you can make the argument, but that like
physically made contact with his body.
The first death, like yeah, he's doing a good.
She spun out on the ice.
I don't know. You can't really make an argument against the second.
She was in the process of like obstructing federal law enforcement agents by blocking the road with her car, so they couldn't carry out operations. And then she decided to attempt to hit an officer with her vehicle.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so who else was randomly killed by us?
There was the family who not randomly killed, because they weren't killed, but their child was I don't know what exactly it was, but it was some sort of.
It's almost.
Like gas. I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about, where the baby was gassed and they were all in the car.
Oh, that kid wasn't killed, but that's what happens when you bring your child to a protest. Unfortunately, tear gas is...
They were driving through the protest. They were not in the protest.
I don't think that's how it played out. I'm almost positive that those people were there to protest, if I remember the story correctly.
Oh, 2.3.
But it doesn't matter if there's a crowd of people that are throwing things at ICE agents, attacking ICE agents, touching them. The federal law enforcement officers absolutely have the right to use crowd dispersal measures.
Out of their car. They were trying
Oh, nice. Wait.
I was there.
Now I have a reason.
I was.
Really?
Yes.
So you saw what happened. You were exactly in that same location.
Every single time that ICE agents stopped to carry out an operation
in
Minnesota. You're talking about Minnesota.
Do it.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Every time federal law enforcement officers would stop to carry out an operation, it was usually Border Patrol or BORTAC, not ICE themselves. A mob of violent insurrectionists would descend on them, throw things at them, attack them, grab them, and otherwise attempt to impede them. So absolutely, they have the right to use crowd dispersal measures in a situation like that, and they did. They gave multiple warnings every single time. I was there with Greg Bavino. Every single time, I'm gonna gas you if you don't stop. I'm gonna gas you if you don't stop, and they don't stop.
Interesting.
Anything else?
What else argue about?
I don't know.
Just bring up some topics. I will argue with you about anything.
First of all, how old are you? Are you an adult?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Okay, great. I don't know. We talk about Israel a little bit more if you want to. You seem to be passionate about that.
I'm more passionate, honestly, about women's rights.
Oh yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Specifically abortion, though.
Oh yeah, let's talk about abortion. That's awesome.
Okay, cool.
I'm pro-life.
Okay. So.
Okay.
No, this is the one.
That's your opinion, whatever. My only issue is I can understand
Thing is,
people are pro.
I mean, you are killing someone, but like, can't ignore that. Like, trying to go around that. Yes, you're killing someone.
Just because people disagree with abortion does not mean that it.
But like, I don't know. I think it
is considered a crime when a woman gets a procedure.
Well, that procedure results in another human being dying, correct?
No.
Really? There's not a human being inside of her when she gets an abortion?
No, there's what's called a fatal heartbeat law. So if there is no heartbeat, that is not considered a living human.
Oh, really? What makes something alive?
A heartbeat.
A heartbeat makes something alive?
When it is a human or a animal, yeah, typically.
So if your heart stops for a second, does that mean you're dead?
No, not
The
necessarily.
thing is, the left had potential. It had like they like illegal immigrants.
It's not a heartbeat that determines
They
your
were
It's the fatal heartbeat law because of
not
the
like
fact that
crazy on this
heartbeat is developed
genocide
over
stuff.
time.
Well, I don't appeal to legality.
I don't know.
So just because there's a law that says it must be this doesn't mean that it should be.
Now it's like the worst possible. They had like terrorists that like actually they don't like terrorists, but basically no, I don't think that's just the extreme. But yeah, like
another reason.
Yeah, I believe that every human being, every genetically distinct human individual ought to have the right not to be unjustly aggressed upon. And as a result of that, I think that you shouldn't kill unborn human beings. I think that when you start to assign characteristics to a fetus and you say, I can kill it because of this, generally you're also going to end up justifying killing living beings.
No.
Which is a problem.
I don't
really?
agree with
Okay,
that,
so what do you think? Is it a heartbeat that you think you shouldn't be able to kill?
there's a
fetus?
leap.
It's a perfect example actually. You said the heartbeat. So like if your heart stops for a second and you go into cardiac arrest, I don't have the right to put an ice pick through your forehead because you're not dead. You're still alive. Right? That's not a good standard for whether or not somebody's alive or dead.
Fatal heartbeat means as in heart is not developed until that specific time period. So if they don't have a heart that is developed yet, then yes. But if the heart is developed, it's a different story.
I don't know. I still think it's a whole different kill some their life and that's actually.
Okay, great. So if you're undergoing heart surgery and you get a heart transplant,
I don't know. I
and your
kind
heart's
of
taken out of your body
partially.
temporarily, does that mean that you are you're not a human anymore, or can I put an ice pick through your forehead?
I just
So it's not the
I
heart.
agree with what he's.
It's a what makes a human
I think
individual is the
abortion.
fact that it's made out of cells, which are the basic building block of life, and the fact that it has human DNA. Within those cells are contained
Plants
human
are
DNA.
made out of cells.
Yeah, but they don't have human DNA. They're not humans.
Okay, interesting.
At the University of Arizona Global Campus, we are proud to offer over 50 career-focused online programs to a fierce community of Wildcats from around the globe. Proud to be UAGC.
No, she's relatively smart though.
Today we're going
There are
to
super
one of the most
dumb.
magically insane
It's like crazy how dumb some.
planet, Dhaka, Bangladesh, with a population of 36.6 million people, making it the second most populous urban area in the world.
Urban act.
So what they're hitting here is a piece of suspension from a truck, and they're making it into a machete that apparently will last for a couple generations.
It's also the most densely populated city on the entire planet. You can't walk 1 meter in this city without brushing shoulders with another human. In the year 2000, there were around 17 million people. Now, over 36 million people. That's a doubling in population in 26 years. Estimates say that it'll hit 52 million by the year 2050. I've been to Bangladesh in the past, but lately this country has gone through hardships with political unrest and a revolution, with the old leader fleeing the country to India.
Turmoil and uncertainty in Bangladesh after dozens of people were killed in clashes with police. The country's longest-serving prime minister resigned amid the violence, fleeing to nearby India. Thousands of protesters flooding the streets. Storming clashes with police. The country's longest-serving prime minister resigned amid the violence, fleeing to nearby India. Thousands of protesters flooding the streets, storming the prime minister's official residence today, looting, taking furniture, dishes, food, whatever they could.
Probably not safe in it.
Students angry story about a quota system for government jobs, which effectively reserved many of those lucrative jobs for
Probably
people
not.
with connections
There
to
to
the
be.
Prime Minister's party.
The protests ended Hasina's 15 years in office.
A special tribunal has found the deposed Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, guilty of crimes against humanity, and she's been sentenced to death.
This is the third time I've tried to make this video. The first time I got here, there were military and police on the streets. There was a curfew. I wasn't allowed to leave the hotel. The unrest was so extreme. Then I came back a while later and the monsoon was so heavy the streets were flooding. I couldn't film outside without almost being washed away. So here we are, third time lucky. Let's go deep into Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Welcome to Dhaka, Bangladesh. Here we are, 36 million people.
Dhaka.
It's absolutely insane. Today we're going to explore, see what we can come across. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Come down to this
No.
market and it's absolute
Arab accent.
classic Dhaka
Like,
here. Have a look.
I mean, he's a traveler. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't gain you an accent.
This chili here is ferociously, violently hot. If you touch it, it's certain death. So they've recently built an expressway over the city to alleviate traffic because it can take sometimes hours to travel just a few kilometers because this is the most densely populated city in the world. And when building this expressway that you'll see up here, there used to be a slum underneath, which used to be a den of iniquity. A lot of crime and prostitution and drug dealing and everything went on along
Damn,
there.
that's pretty.
But all those people were dispersed.
I don't know what's
kind
actually.
of amongst the market here, so got to be careful of pickpockets and things. But people are very friendly, and it is absolute pure energy here. This is the life center of planet Earth. Assalamu alaikum. Here's the blacksmith. Blacksmith. Wow. Look at this place.
Oh, why did I do that?
You good? Oh wow. Dhanyabad. They're so hospitable. Assalamu alaikum. America. New Zealand. New Zealand. Yeah. So they've got ovens here. They're heating up the metal.
This is so cool. There's a whole other part to this world. There's like that type of.
Unbelievable.
Pretty cool.
So here in
I feel like they even do that here though, but it's
and a knife, and they use this kind of upside down piece of sharpened metal, and it's actually used from construction site rebar here. Nice angle grinder. So here's a rickshaw, which is a three-wheeled bicycle that they take around.
I mean, there's still more.
Obviously, at the back here, you've got the axle. I'll show you what they do with this axle here. Here's the axle. And what they do is they make construction tools out of them. There's more of the rebar from the construction sites. And they just turn it into magic.
Oh, this is, bro, I'm getting a lot of.
Good.
What's your name?
Nick. Yeah, nice to meet you.
My name
Come on, download.
Your name?
My name is Jangid.
Jangid. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you. Dhanyabad. Dhanyabad. Assalamu alaikum. Bangla, no. A little bit. So what was your name, sir?
My name is Imon. MD Imon.
Imon.
What's your name?
Nick.
What?
Nick.
Yeah, nice to meet
country?
you. New Zealand.
New Zealand. Oh, nice country.
And how old are you?
24.
24. And is it Bangladesh okay?
To be honest, I have no idea if Finland is a nice country. I feel like it is.
Opportunity.
Like it literally has the highest amount.
Good opportunity. I will go to
Like one of the highest
Italy.
democratic
Well, good luck. Okay, nice to meet you.
ratings. Like second highest, I think. And it's super weird.
We're inside the market now, and this is a local delicacy kind of that they do here called pan, and it's like a chewing tobacco, but it's got a bit of a twist. We're here with Would you mind explaining how this works, Joel?
They take a bitter leaf like this and then
make a cone shape from this, and then they would remove the part and then stuff it with few pieces of
This
betel nut. It
time?
looks like wood and also tastes like wood. I don't know why people chew this.
It's kind of like a stimulant, right? I've heard that the betel nut is similar to like an enhanced coffee or something like that.
The people working far away from home doesn't have access to the food all the time. For example, a farmer, they would always keep some pieces of betel leaf and betel
Damn,
nut
this is a lot of
keep it
work.
in the mouth for a longer time, so your brain confuse you that you are not hungry. You have at least something to chew.
Right.
So when we start chewing betel leaf, we start with the hard ones. You see, they're
Next
very
one.
big.
What?
And when your teeth are a bit fragile,
Okay,
you
this-
move to that one, or even the small one. And then the people
Nice,
who
kind
lose
of
their
thing.
tooth, then they choose to this powdery version of this.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
So you start on this and your teeth get worn away and then you go to that?
Yeah, so you literally see your future of chewing betel leaf.
Yeah,
And
okay,
then
so
this is
that's
the raw tobacco.
how it
Some
goes.
people would just mix it with the limestone and then betel nut together to chew. Because, you know, we have been smoking all our life, people in Bangladesh, and we have been growing our own tobacco. And those packet things on the back door, those are all perfumed tobacco with different kinds of flavor according to the preference of the people.
I don't know. Oh, a all video this late? Actually, no, that's not around that. Since 2005, that's before I was born. It will be cool. Probably need more. I didn't. Even I didn't. I think it's a good sentiment, not a good.
They want him out. They want him out. Go Netherlands.
But actually, no. I'm pretty.
Who's been told to tone down my language and my. I was told I have to be a little more PC because YouTube's watching now, so I'm gonna be careful how I speak. I love you guys very much. If you want to get the merch down below in the description of the travelingcloud.com.
Yeah,
Support the
he's.
channel, be a sweet Zionist prince or princess just like me. And here's
It is crazy.
reporting criminal foreigners.
I don't know why they're hating on Arden on YouTube. Pretty sad to be.
And we want, maybe one of the most important things, we want all criminal foreigners to be deported from the Netherlands.
Seems rational, but people will call this racist. I don't know what's more rational than that. I don't know what saves your country more than that kind of ideology. If they're Islamist and they're in your nation, specifically Islamist, yeah? Specifically, if they're in your nation and they've committed a crime and they're now sitting in your jails just taking up your tax money, deport them. What's the point of having them? In Amsterdam, Dutch people are forced to listen to this.
I don't know if it's the mic, but usually it sounds funny. This time it's actually. Yeah, this time it's. I don't want to listen. It's gonna lip sync. We're not gonna hear it.
Just so you know, he said the word kafirun, so whatever he's talking about here, he is talking about the non-believers, the infidels. In a country full of non-believers and infidels. He's preaching on the streets of a country of infidels to the infidels. Do you understand why, and I've said this over and over again, oh Muslims, please listen to your friendly Tal, your friendly neighborhood Tal. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help you because I like you guys. I don't hate you at all. I want you guys to, I'm on your side.
I mean, he's probably.
That kind of behavior has got to stop. People keep seeing you do it over and over and over again. When are you ever gonna learn? They're gonna end up kicking you out. They're gonna end up being very violent to you, and then what are you gonna do? Then what are you gonna do? You're not gonna be able to fight back against them. They will kick your ass. I promise you. The Europeans, they're light right now, but you keep pissing them off, they're gonna blow a cap. And there's many of them rising up right now, including this wonderful lady. Her name is Eva Vlarden. I never know how to pronounce her last name. Vlarden Gernbog. And she's sitting now with Dinesh D'Souza, which hopefully...
I still think it's relatively a joke. So what's gonna happen next then? Really crazy because there's a lot of terrorism, but I still think this is relatively for little.
Hungary, and you've spoken about how...
Which is crazy to say, but I honestly...
World history is being systematically erased. How is that happening?
Oh, it's happening through mass immigration. Now, as we're speaking, there are thousands of people coming in through our borders, and we oftentimes have no idea who they are. And this has been going on for decades now. We've seen that in Europe, the population has been replaced and changed drastically in a very, very short time span. When I was just on stage right now, I quoted two statistics, which are conservative estimates, that in Europe, the past 50 years alone, 80 million immigrants have entered our continent. You know, that's something that you can't expect to happen and then have no consequences whatsoever. And I think that everyone who's either older than me...
Wait, she's from Hungary?
...that change even more
Damn, and she still cares.
my age group or even
Like in Hungary, they don't have this.
any better, but we experience the disadvantages and the consequences of it.
What's puzzling to me is it's not strange to me that people from the third world would want to kind of break their way in here, right? It's a more developed society. It offers more opportunities. It's beautiful continent. Do you think the decision to third worldize Europe was a decision made by Europeans, and why?
I don't know why I said that.
But was not
I mean, I'm tired about
the
it.
population of the different populations in Europe, democratically speaking. I can tell you that. I mean, even in the 1980s, for example, in the Netherlands, there were polls being done that showed that the vast majority of the Dutch did not want mass migration. And then, of course, after the 80s, we had much more immigration than they probably even could have imagined at the time. And this has been consistently the case. Now we're at a point where in almost every single Northwestern European country, obviously the countries that were hit the hardest by mass immigration, 90%, 80%, 70%, those are about the ranges of those nations are saying, no, we don't want this. We want to halt all immigration to our nations. Yet nothing seems to really be changing in most of these countries. And of course, you know, we don't have to look very far to find answers as to why that is happening. We have a supranational organization, the European Union, that is deciding many of these things for us because their laws take precedence over our national laws in most of the legal systems in Europe.
Wait,
so you
what? I have this and I'm not
like
even...
bureaucrats that have the power to make these types of decisions against the
It's
will
kind
of
of...
the people, essentially. So I
Still have some.
very often say, look, you know, we talk about democracy all the time, but what does that really mean when your own lawmakers are not in charge?
Do you think that the ideology of the EU and then also the countless NGOs that are associated with it is based upon the idea that Europe is this wonderful place to which we are trying to assimilate all these non-Western people? That's the benign view, right? Or do you think it's more something like this? Europe is an evil civilization that has colonized the world and deserves to be punished for its sins.
Yeah.
And we are using this migration as an effort to almost colonize Europe.
Yes, I think it's the latter. Exactly. I think that at least the people who are doing this do it because of that reason. There is a type of trauma in Europe, especially after the Second World War, that has caused huge white guilt. It has made it basically impossible to have any type of normal discussion about what it means to be European, as I just tried to do on stage. You know, what does that mean?
Yeah, tall is really a problem.
Factor something like ethnicity out of the equation. I think that at this point in time where we are now, you can't, because the demographic change is so enormous that we are becoming a minority soon. And as you can see, you can't
Let me
just
try this.
automatically unwind that completely from things like culture and faith, religion. You know, it's a fallacy. I think that those people
Fallacy.
have benefited greatly from maybe people with good intentions who more so have that benign view that you just described. You know, of people who think, no, but we have a moral obligation to help people in need. You know, and I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian, I believe that as well. But there are limits to that. You can do that in a charitable way for a short period in time, in which people actually do need that help. And then, you know, after, let's say that conflict is over, you can say, okay, well, now it's time for you to go back to your own country and rebuild your nation, to which you have a moral obligation to pass it on and protect it.
To be honest, even that sounds a little bit lax comparatively to how much these Islamists have taken advantage of Europe and your society. That sounds kind of a little bit too good for what they deserve. I don't think they deserve that, unfortunately.
Right? And we all have that. And so that is, for me, the most important topic right now in European politics, because we are getting to a point where soon we don't have a nation left to protect. We don't have a European civilization left to protect because we will be outnumbered.
I thought it was remarkable that you did not shy away from defending, I would call it, white identity. And I think what you're saying is that Europe is a civilization made by white people. And all of its history, its culture is part of that.
Yeah.
And so, because there has been, certainly in the West, a certain deep reluctance to defend white ethnicity. In other words, every other minority affirms its ethnicity, and you have black pride and brown pride and so on.
Exactly.
Are you saying in part that it's only necessary and inevitable in that environment that whites too need to say, I'm white and I'm proud of it?
Yeah, I think at least that there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. So just as you described, you know, everywhere in the world, that seems to be a normal thing. People don't see it as strange. You know, the idea that Africans are proud of their respective nations.
Oh, sorry.
Asians say we want Asia to remain Asian.
Wait, what is it?
That is seen as totally normal, whereas here in Europe it is not. It is demonized.
Oh, yeah.
You get labeled every single
I can
bad
that's
thing,
not a...
let's say. And that
is some
goes back down to that trauma of the Second World
Or
War
no,
that
it's
we're talking about. I think that
actually
people have started to
pay for,
equate,
but
let's
like,
say, being white with something
I don't know.
evil,
I'm
such
not
as
gonna do that.
Holocaust to happen, or even, you know, less extreme than that. There are people in power who seem to want to make people believe that everything that is traditional, you know, or Christian or conservative
Not
or patriotic or
but I highly doubt you'll.
that is wrong, and that type
And I'll
of
still.
pride or even just acceptance of who you are and where you come from, that leads to terrible things. And I think that
in the United States, there is a pioneer spirit. In Texas, there's the phrase, come and take it. It sometimes seems from the American vantage point that the Europeans have given up, that they're decadent in the sense that they are reconciled to defeat, to being dissolved, to being undermined. Do you think there's enough fight in Europe? I mean, you have it. Are you hopeful or confident that there's enough in the continent that the people of Europe will take their countries back?
there is enough, but it has to be awakened. And so that's why I constantly tell people, do not get demoralized. Because the moment that you do, the moment that you say, no, it's too difficult, it's too hard, we won't get it done, we can't do something like remigration, you know, then it really is over. You might as well just give up the fight now. But the thing is that this can be solved, because something that I would really love to avoid is that this gets more violent. And with the current demographic replacement, you know, I think there are many experts who have said for many years now, watch out, this is going to lead to civil war. If we want to avoid that, and I think it's either that or it's a silent takeover,
So are
then there's another
there
option,
any
and
competitive
that is remigration, which a
top
lot of
100?
that can be done completely
Yeah,
voluntarily.
actually.
It might cost us a bit of money, but you know, mass immigration to the Western world is costing us a lot of money as it is.
Why is there a number?
You know, even the matter of financial cost at this point should be inferior to the cultural costs of
civilization.
I don't even know what time.
Exactly.
the cultural costs are so grand too that
Your board's
if
not
something
good.
is not done, it may very
It's
much be the end
kind
of
of
Europe as we know it. I mean, we know that the Islamization of Europe is coming. We know that it's happening. The question is, will the Europeans act? Here's Geert Wilders again.
And my message to all the old leaders, from Macron to Scholz to your
Oh.
old Pedro Sanchez, is your time is over now.
Bro, I didn't know he was that bad. I would say if about the.
They are history. Woke is
I don't know anything.
multiculturalism.
I know he's super
and mass
left wing,
immigration has proven to be a total failure.
but somehow he has a higher
While
proof.
these liberal intellectuals may refuse to acknowledge this reality, the majority of the Europeans are very clear in what they want. They want secure borders. They want an end to mass immigration. They want us to expel illegal aliens and criminals from our country.
You know, as somebody who's traveled extensively, I've been to almost every single country in Europe. I know that sounds crazy. I've been I've been nearly 100 countries under my belt. I traveled for 10 years. A lot of you guys don't know that, but that's what I did before I started doing this political commentary stuff.
Dang, that's so much, bro.
You really get secure borders in Europe, and how you
It's actually
really work
annoying.
together as a
But I'm
European
just like,
continent
I watch him
was
so
the
much.
part. I think dissolving the EU is priority. The EU is the big impediment to your guys' success in protecting yourself. And I know, speaking to so many countries,
Yeah, and I'm
so many
happy
countries
because they
in the EU,
legalized the.
how much the EU has damaged many of these countries. And sorry, I'm getting a lot of rocket alerts right now in the north. I think that one of the best things you can do for yourself in Europe is dissolve the EU, get out of it. Anti-immigration protests in the Netherlands. I like how they say, okay.
I feel like that's not very hard to hear.
Speaking, the people have spoken. They've been speaking for a while. But you need to see a bigger rise up. It's got to happen in all of your countries. Piece by piece, one by one, rise up, stand up against this bullshit. Only people with your values. The Dutch are standing up against the non-white invaders. This is beautiful.
I'm happy about it. I also think the left is relatively more.
With
Please.
Potbelly's Pick Your Pair, you choose from hundreds of pairs for whatever you're craving.
No, it's
So I say
Denmark.
again, to my Muslim friends watching, shape up, start fixing that behavior. Because here's the problem: have you
Yeah, I
guys seen
think-
that clip of like those autistic lefties? Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
That largely by it just shows it's probably not. They're not.
Conference. It was such a funny clip.
They're not. It's just the sentiments are rising. They're not far right. I hate how everyone says that far right is like not.
I had to react to it a while back.
What else?
But it was basically a conference.
Fascist.
Of lefties and everyone
Could it
was
be
trans
left wing?
and blind and
Like,
deaf,
it-
and they were all arguing about microaggressions.
crazy.
It's like, listen, Muslims, you've aligned yourself
Crazy
with seemingly the
right
weakest
wing.
people in Europe. You haven't armed
Like
yourself
want
and surrounded yourself with the people who can actually protect
give
you.
everyone in the
When
U.S.
the
broken.
Europeans decide that they're rising up, and it's the far
I don't
right
even know.
Europeans,
Like something
they're not gonna
super
stop with you. They're coming for me
crazy.
also. They're coming for all of us.
Like not even all
Muslims are gonna take all of
Confederates.
us
'Cause
down.
they're just dumb people.
But the
that
problem
can-
is, you're not gonna have anyone to defend.
There's
you.
like
the right side of the aisle
there's
is the
people that
strong
are
side.
just
They're the
dumb
side
and
that are trying to
like
take their country
super
back.
far.
If you don't start cozying
I
up
think
with
Nick
that
Fuentes is far right. I think Tucker Carlson is grifting.
with actually showing
Just
them
someone's
why
just
they belong
grifting.
in their country,
Basically, it's
they're
a
gonna
lot of
get
grift.
good, baby. I'm
But
telling you.
then
This is
there's
not
also
this is the Netherlands.
Nick Fuentes. Actually, kind of he likes Already. Alright.
Fantastic stuff, guys. If you don't clean that mess up, why do they always do it out in the street too? Why do we keep seeing examples of this? Why are they always out in the street praying? Well, there's so many mosques in Europe. I keep asking this question. There are so many fucking mosques all over Europe. Why do they keep finding reasons to do this out in the street? Here's Geet Wilders again.
I believe that.
About his plan to take back the Netherlands from Islam.
Acknowledge that Islam is an influential
Okay,
ideology
I think I've
that
just
fosters hatred and terror.
actually
And as a result,
fine. If it's
compatible with
the only
values of the Netherlands.
what? No, it's not.
Right away to asylum seekers and immigrants
Okay, I'll do
originating
one.
from Islamic countries. We should withdraw from the Schengen Agreement and reintroduce our own border controls. 3. Begin by dismantling Islamic institutions like mosques. Start by closing foreign-funded mosques, including those that receive funding from abroad and are under the authority of Diyanet, the Turkish Ministry of Religious Affairs, and not us. 4.
Bro, this sounds so much like.
Or uses violence or
I'm
deploys
just
them
gonna think.
and if necessary, take preventive action
But he is
against those
pretty
kinds of
anti-immigrant.
and thousands of sympathizers of the jihadist movement in the Netherlands. And 5, Chairman, request all schools, newspapers, media to display a Muhammad cartoon. In order not to provoke, but to demonstrate that we never give in to threats and violence, and that we proudly and firmly support our freedom. Finally, I have a message for all those Muslims in the Netherlands who do not respect our freedom, our democracy, and our core values. Those who consider the rules of the Quran more important than our secular laws, and there are many of them. 700,000 is revealed in the study by Professor Koopmans.
30%, 30 something. There's a lot.
Depart to an Islamic country, then you can enjoy Islamic rules. Those are their rules, but not ours. This is our country.
But I forgot.
And the
No,
thing
it's
is,
Denmark,
you know,
not-
the Muhammad cartoon part. I get where he's coming from.
Left and right are in alignment
That
with.
strategy myself to make the point. I get the point he's trying to make, and I understand where he's coming from, what he's trying to accomplish with that. I don't think it's the right strategy. I also don't think it's going to give you much brownie points with anyone. It's a little bit too extreme. I think you can make the same points with all that with that, but I get where he's coming from. It is your freedom to do it if you want to, and the fact that it's something that a lot of people are afraid to do is fucked up because they know that it'll be answered with violence, and that's not a good thing, especially in Europe. If you know that drawing a cartoon of somebody else's prophet from a different religion that's not from there is going to result to you with physical violence in Europe, that's not a good place to be. Not a good place to be at all. It's a problem. But you guys have to start taking the steps in Europe. You have to start taking the steps now to secure your borders. The most important thing he said was securing your borders. Dropping out of the Schengen Agreement and start securing your borders on your own. Your own border. Dutch people securing the borders for the Dutch. That's how you start with number one. Because when you have to count on the French and the Italian and the Greek to secure the borders for you, it's going to slip up because they're not taking it as seriously. They don't care if one jihadist makes it through Greece and ends up in, wherever, ends up in Germany. It's not their responsibility anymore. They just came through Greece. They flew from, some random-ass country like Pakistan to Albania, and then they traveled through Albania to Greece, and then they took a bus from Greece, and they made it all the way to the Netherlands. And once they're in, they're in. They're a parasite. You're not going to get them out. You got to get them out. You have to get them out. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you a long time. Goodbye, class.
Wakey, wakey. The Saja Boys breakfast meal is at McDonald's with spicy Saja McMuffin, hash browns, photo cards, and
My little soda pop.
so forget Huntrix. Pick our meal. At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
This Twitch streamer hasn't cleaned his room since 2005. Oh my god. Yeah, this one's like a landfill. Oh my god.
When you have the green screen on, I could hear heaps of trash when you walked out. That
So-
used to be mac and cheese.
He doesn't look that old. How has he not cleaned his room since 2005? Like, he'd be living in his parents' house for sure. They just let it ride? There's rats and maggots in there? Oh, no doubt.
On the other side of the rooms. here's my setup, right?
His setup's
Where I play video games,
relatively clean.
and then right there.
compared to-
Actually, I don't know what mag.
And then that's the trash.
Other, the one that starts with, and it's like
a box
not
light.
good, but with.
He's like, I want to make sure my streaming setup is optimized, so I'll get a box light. I won't clean up the trash, but I'll get a box light and an Elgato. Man's got professional lighting at the local landfill. Priorities. Now we're cooking.
Never mind, I'm not opening
His room is more radioactive than the elephant's foot.
What a nice setup.
What a specific reference. That's a Chernobyl reference.
That's
And
not a
then
snack box.
There's
That's like
the actual
fucking
snack
food
box,
on a
and
goddamn
there's all the
pedestal.
food from the snack box.
So he had the snack box is a fishing tackle box here. So he fucking filled a fishing tackle box full of snacks, ate most of the snacks, and then buried it like pirate's treasure.
Oh wow! Look at all the MRE packaging.
Yeah.
What? He eats MREs? Oh my god! Wait, that's amazing. Yeah. Why? Why MREs? What? What the fuck is what is happening? Is he like a government operative by the U.S. military to see how messy one man can be for 14 years?
Oh come on, dude! You just started. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going.
This is a good friend. Whoever's in this call right now is a great friend.
I don't know. I like that. Virgin Maloney is actually.
It's fucking compacted like fucking
Wait, let me see.
sandstone, dude. It's like fucking sandstone. I had reached under that shit.
Oh my god.
I won't put it in the Discord. Discord's scary.
So why? I don't get it. Why is he choking now? He lives in this. He has lived in this for 14 years. Why all of a sudden now is he repulsed by it and choking and coughing? Did he give himself black?
I don't know.
Like now
This
he
is
has like permanently.
good.
scarred
It's
lung.
harder than Donald Trump.
Oh, because he's stirring it up.
That's pretty good.
But it wouldn't matter, right? Because he has.
Europe,
a
that's
crystal
actually.
ball. He has a
Usually in Europe, it's.
right? Like that's gonna stink to high heaven no matter what you do. Like the only thing.
No,
I
but Europe's also. In, I don't know if that's fair.
Smell, but he seems like he sleeps here, right? That's gonna run out at some point. It's just baffling because it's his room. Like he puts his feet on this sticky, yucky floor, unless he props it up on garbage, like the king of filth or something.
Imagine you wake up and you smell my room, and you open your eyes and you see my room every day.
Dude,
sounds like paradise. Wow, look at that.
No, don't show that on.
Did you think I green screen because you think it increases my production value or something? I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm a zero viewer Andy, so you can't see my fucking room.
Unironically, kind of genius. So it looks like he puts a green screen up to hide the trash heap behind him. Fucking galaxy brain. Actually smart. Like, why even clean? I'll just put up a clean, cool background.
Dude.
I'm gonna.
There's a whole
Dude,
pot of
if
macaroni
you see me
still
run
behind
off of
him.
Cam, like inexplicably, it's because I'm.
I feel like that makes sense. I feel like you.
Much mac and cheese. There's mac on the floor. This dude's diet is nothing but mac and cheese and Monster. Holy shit. Kraft must have loved this guy. What? So, why put it in the trash bag at all? What was so special that he decided to actually bag up? Because most of it's just mac and cheese pots and trash on the floor. This must be like some sentimental garbage. It didn't make it to the dumpster, but it still had somewhat of a journey. There's some care given to these. Oh, recyclables. Oh, right. Right.
You know when you take a piss and you forget to flush the toilet and you come back the next day, so you spray Febreze on it? It's that smell. Just imagine.
What is that story?
Dude, that's fucking.
Imagine, or no, you know when you go to take a piss and you forget to flush it, so you come back the next day and spray Febreze on it. Nobody does that. Just flush it. Why would I spray Febreze on my pee-peed toilet? There's no human being on the goddamn planet that would do that. You just flush. Like, it's more work to spray it.
Here's some more, just fucking.
Oh my god.
Stop. Okay, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna stop.
Look at that.
I don't know, I'm
Yum,
super.
yum, yum.
It's like a chimney.
Yummy. Alright, so how did
So many
it get to this
pots.
stage? Basically, I moved into this house in like 2004, 2005, and I didn't clean it. And now it's this bad. Oh, there's a fucking spider. Holy
Oh, I'd love to see the rest of the house.
Die, son of a...
I would love to see the rest of this house. Oh, thank God. Take me on a tour.
Oh my god.
Well, the kitchen's somewhat clean.
What the fuck?
Like, relatively
Clean
speaking.
house, look at that, holy shit.
Aw.
Yo. Okay, Bodhi, relax.
Yeah, honestly, just move. Fuck it.
Cleaning crew for him.
That's
Look
a-
like his fucking mom. Get up and clean now. Get up.
He's making good progress.
I don't wanna. A little bit of black
No,
mold
don't
in
show it. Don't
Isn't that-
show it. Don't show it. Don't.
That is the same pot he has shown 3 times. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. This man keeps picking up this pot and setting it back down. Just throw it away.
Come on. What? The
Bro,
It's a
you are doing
trophy.
bare minimum. Dude,
my
he's
gosh, that's
fucking
actually.
sitting there on your fucking computer, typing shit in his chat.
He knows how to do this.
Not
Stop
cleaning
weird
your
shipping me,
chip.
chat. Shut
He
the fuck up.
he fucking set that goddamn pot down again. Is this the same one? No, this is different. Nope, here it is. That's the same fucking pot. How many times is he gonna pick this goddamn thing up and still set it back down? Why? Just throw it
that's-
away. He's so after the pot. I guess it's just like a permanent fixture. No, there's no cleaning it. You can't clean that. It's fucking stained with years of sin. Just get rid of it. There's no reason to try and salvage any of these pots. It's full of fucking black mold and other residue and bacteria and shit.
What do we have to say about that fucking?
Wow, what a time lapse. Or not time lapse, time jump.
Kind of blanking out.
The rest of his house is moderately organized.
That's a lot of
There is no way that's his chat.
RNG.
Finally, he's moving the pot.
That is.
Holy fuck!
Crazy.
Put the
No,
pot
it's.
in the box.
I feel like it's RNG
How
that
is he even cleaning it?
basically
They said 4 hours.
calculate after
That was a while ago.
I have already more.
Is it a dead rat?
No, it's...
Yeah, it was a dead rat! No way! That was actually a dead rat, dude! Yo, clip it! Clip it and chip it, boys!
It's
I
not a
didn't
dead
see
rat,
it.
It's about 100 dead men.
Oh no, dude! Oh shit!
It definitely wasn't a rat. Rats are big. I would have
Yo,
noticed
what
it.
the fuck?
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna... Alright.
Oh, gross.
There's still so much room in that bag. Oh, you amateur.
Terrible.
It still is fucking terrible. What are you talking about?
It used to be so much worse.
He's made
This is
so much
6 hours of
progress in one
work
day.
Later, man. We already saw
6 hours. Definitely has bed bugs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but bed bugs aren't necessarily the result of trash, right? I don't think, like, dirt around a bed creates bed bugs. I don't exactly know what does, though.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
How fast can you go, chat? Chat, how fast can you go? How fast can
Holy
you go, chat?
shit.
Hurry up, you guys are taking
This
too
is
long. What is that? Is that fucking like poop?
Yeah, it's maggots.
It's, yeah, it's like maggots and lice.
Out of there. You
The
ever get
lice are even
fucking bug
confused in this
crawl on your
filth.
fucking face in the middle of the night?
Yeah, like...
They can't find his
Huh?
hair.
Boys, we've discovered pizza.
Let's go!
Wait, this is
Oh, they
so
didn't show the
cool.
finished product. Oh, here, this is his channel. Jesus Christ. He's really cruising. Also, this is wildly sped up. He's like a ghost moving through the frame. Holy shit. It's like a strobe light. Little Caesar's box.
I don't like how you.
That's just a thing of chocolate milk that he stole from the cafeteria. He's the Flash. Yeah, it's like that Quicksilver scene from the X-Men movie. This had to be the dirtiest room on Twitch. Bar none. Like, nothing else even comes close. I would be super curious, though. There should be, like, a Twitch-wide competition to see who has the filthiest fucking room. But it needs to be spontaneous so people don't game it. It's gotta be, like, authentic grease and grime. I wonder how many trash bags he went through. It couldn't have been less than 200. Probably, no, probably like 300 plus. Oh, he brought in a helper. Now they're tag teaming it. There was no way to solo that pile, so that was the right call. Oh, don't tell me you're done. Wait, what? There's still a whole closet of filth back here. But I do appreciate that he brought in a rowing machine. That's pretty sweet, actually. That's cool. Clean the closet. What the fuck? Are we just gonna ignore that? Oh, that's gonna bother me if you don't clean it. I'm gonna be if you don't clean that. You are right next to it. I'm gonna be upset if you don't clean that. Come on, Junior. Oh my god, he's just gonna let it ride. At least shut the fucking door. Oh my lord. Just Christ. Out of sight, out of mind. He came all this way.
Right.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
upgrades are the real.
much better. Yeah, he was like 95% of the way there and then called it quits for a minute. He took like a whole week off. Alright. Now I'm satisfied. They didn't even show the finished product.
Oh, that's super annoying, that auto buy.
Alright. I'll use my imagination. They really did do a great job, though. Hopefully it stayed clean. What was his name? Jägermeister? Let's see. Oh, wow, we'll never know. His last stream was 4 years ago. Wait, that can't be it. The math doesn't even check out. This whole experience was 3 years ago. I'm assuming it just doesn't save the VODs. His description is, I'm the trash man. Nice. How is that possible? This is... I don't get it. This is less than a year. How could it have accumulated this much filth? I don't get it. What the fuck went wrong? Probably COVID. Bro, it is January 8th, 2020. Unless this guy was stockpiling to hibernate through all of COVID, there is no way that it should have ended up like this. I don't know how Season 2 is somehow more dirty. This guy must just like buy houses from hoarders and then set up a streaming computer. I don't get it. How is that even possible? But with the big Twitch purge, it looks like it didn't survive. This is an impressive amount of trash to build up in less than a year, though. Like, he was really working for it.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave the stream, I guess. I'm probably not gonna do it, but it could be. I probably, if I wanna do it, I literally get, so I tried it only once.